Students, today we are going to discuss our next chapter, and the name of the chapter is biotechnology and its application. In the previous biotechnology chapter, we have already covered about the principle of biotechnology, in which we discuss about how the genes are manipulated and how the genes or the segment of DNA is cut with the help of restriction enzymes, and how DNA is transferred with the help of vector and introduced inside the host cell. So in this chapter we will discuss about the various application of biotechnology, or how biotechnology can be used in different fields. The application of biotechnology include the therapies, diagnostic application, genetically modification, processed food, bioremediation, waste treatment. There are three critical research areas of biotechnology. First, providing the best catalyst in the form of improved organism, usually a microbe or pure enzyme. Second, creating optimum condition through engineering. And third one is downstreaming processing to obtain the purified protein and organic compound. So first we start with the agriculture application. There are three options by which we can increase the productivity of food. First one is agrochemical based agriculture, second is organic agriculture, third is genetically engineering crop based agriculture. In agrochemical based agriculture, we will modify the, or we can increase the productivity by using the specific chemical and fertilizer. In organic agriculture, we use the organic manure for increasing the productivity, and in genetically engineering crop based agriculture, we modified the genes. So green revolution has succeeded in tripling the food supply. What is green revolution? Green revolution is a process by which the main aim of this revolution is to increase the food productivity in the India. And as we know, the population is growing drastically. So as we know, the population is increasing drastically. So productivity of food is also necessary to increase. So scientists have decided the use of genetically modification, in which genes are modified for the crops to increase the productivity. Now, genetically modified organisms. What are genetically modified organisms? These are the organisms in which genes have been altered or manipulated. For example, if we alter or if we change the genes of plant, then the plant will be known as transgenic plant or genetically modified plant. If bacterial genes are modified, then it is also known as transgenic bacteria. So different organisms in which genes are modified, they are known as genetically modified organisms. Genetic modification has made crop more tolerant to abiotic stress. First, means it make the crop more resistant towards the stress environmental condition. Second, it reduce the dependence on the chemical pesticide. Third, it reduce the post harvest loss. Fourth one is it increase the efficiency of mineral usage by plants, and it also increase the nutritional value of food. Now, how the crops are genetically modified? There are different methods: traditional breeding, mutagenesis, RNA interference, and transgenics. These are the various techniques by which the crops can be genetically modified. First example of modification is in the form of Bt. Bt is the bacteria known as Bacillus thuringiensis. This bacteria produce a toxic protein which kill the insect. So it act as a insecticidal protein. So Bt cotton is the best example here. Bt stand for Bacillus thuringiensis, produce a toxic insecticidal protein. The Bt toxin protein exists as inactive form known as prototoxin. Once an insect ingests the inactive toxin, it converted into active form due to the basic pH of gut of insect. So when the toxin is activated, then it will create some pore inside the insect gut, and cell swelling and cell lysis will take place, and eventually the death of insect will take place. So here these are the bacteria. So Bt toxin genes were isolated from Bacillus thuringiensis, and it is introduced into several crop plants such as cotton. The toxin is coded by a gene named as CRY there are number of them. For example, the protein encoded by the genes Cry1AC and Cry2AB control cotton bollworm, and Cry1AB control the corn borer insect. So Bt toxin has been cloned from bacteria and has been expressed in plants to provide resistance to insect without the need for insecticide. It in effect created a biopesticide. Example: Bt cotton, Bt corn, rice, tomato, potato, and soybean. Now next is pest resistance plant. A nematode known as Meladogina incognita, it infects the roots of tambaku plant, which decrease the yield of tambaku. A novel strategy was adopted to prevent this infestation, which was based on the process of RNA interference. This method involves silencing of specific mRNA due to the complementary double-stranded RNA molecule that binds to and prevent translation of mRNA. Next, using agrobacterium vector, a nematode-specific genes were introduced inside the host plant, and the introduction of DNA was such that it produced both sense and antisense RNA in the host. Since we know the two RNA are complementary to each other, and it will form a double-stranded helix structure that initiate the RNA interference or RNA silencing. The source of this complementary RNA could be from infection by viruses having RNA genome or mobile genetic element that replicate via an RNA intermediate. Parasite could not survive in transgenic host expressing specific interfering RNA. The transgenic plant therefore get itself incorporated. As we can see, this is double-stranded RNA, so dicer are used by which the DNA can be cut and made into the specific siRNA. Then this siRNA will combine with the antisense strand, and it will lead to formation of a RISC complex, and by which this mRNA degradation take place, or we can say mRNA silencing will take place, or RNA interference will take place. Next, the application in the field of medicine. How recombinant DNA technology contribute in the field of medicine will be discussed in this slide. The recombinant DNA technology processes have made immense impact in the area of healthcare by enabling mass production of safe and more effective therapeutic drugs. At present, about 30 recombinant therapies have been approved for human use all over the world, and out of 30, 12 of these are presently being marketed. First application is genetically engineered insulin. Insulin consists of two short polypeptide chain A and chain B, and they are together attached with the help of disulfide bridges. In mammals, including human, insulin is synthesized as prohormone, means inactive hormone. Human insulin contain an extra stretch called as C-peptide. When A, B, C are present attached with each other, then this insulin is in inactive form known as proinsulin. So when we make the proinsulin into insulin chain, the C chain are removed, or the C peptide is not present in the mature insulin. In 1983, Eli Lilly, an American company, prepared the two DNA sequences corresponding to A and B. Chains of human insulin are introduced in plasmid of E. coli to produce insulin chain. We can see this with the help of this picture. Human pancreas cell contain DNA, and specific insulin genes are extracted from this human pancreas cell, and a vector is used from a bacteria, and plasmid DNA is extracted from this bacteria, and this plasmid is cut with the same restriction endonuclease as that of human insulin production gene. So these are combined with the help of recombinant DNA, and then recombinant DNA is introduced inside the bacteria, and then it will multiply to form multiple recombinant bacteria. And when these genes get expressed, so insulin will produce. This insulin is purified and extracted and can be commercially marketed with the help of downstreaming processing. So next application is in the form of gene therapy. Therapy is the collection of method that allow correction of genes defect that has been diagnosed in a child or embryo. Correction of genetic defect involves delivery of a normal gene into the individual or embryo to take over the function of and to compensate for the gene. So gene therapy include in gene therapy we mainly replace the faulty gene with a functional gene. So we can see in this picture, copy of therapeutic genes are introduced into the viral DNA, and they are cultured These cells are cultured into the container and targeted cell removed from the patient and cell grow in the culture media. Then they are reintroduced inside the patient body. So the therapeutic genes once introduced inside the patient body, or we can say in the fourth step we can see, so these will express themselves. In the fifth point we can see inside the body the genetically altered cells or the cells in which genes are modified produce the desired protein encoded by therapeutic DNA. So this is the method by which gene therapy will take place. The first clinical gene therapy was performed in 1990 to a 4-year-old girl having a deficiency of an enzyme known as adenosine deaminase. This enzyme is crucial for immune system to function. As a first step towards gene therapy, lymphocytes from the blood of the patients are grown in a culture outside the body. A functional ADA-cDNA is then introduced into these lymphocytes, which are subsequently returned to the patient. However, if the genes are isolated from marrow cells, producing aDNA is introduced into the cell at early embryony, it can be permanently cured. So we can see in this a gene is non-functional which produce an enzyme ADA. So we remove that non-functional gene and the functional complementary DNA is introduced into the patient so that the patient will be recovered from that particular disease. Next is molecular diagnosis. In molecular diagnosis topic, we will try to discuss or diagnose the disease causing agent. In recombinant DNA technology or PCR or ELISA, in molecular diagnosis, 3 techniques are used: recombinant DNA technology, PCR and ELISA. These are the 3 methods by which we can identify the disease at early level, or early diagnosis is possible with this molecular diagnostic method. Now first is PCR. PCR is polymerase chain reaction. In this method, a very low concentration of bacteria or virus can be detected by amplification of their nucleic acid by PCR. PCR is now routinely used to detect HIV in suspected AIDS patient. It is being used to detect the mutation in genes also. Now ELISA is enzyme link immunosorbent assay. It is based upon the principle of antibody antigen interaction. Infection by the pathogen can be detected by the presence of antigen or by detecting the antibody synthesized against the pathogen. So specific antigen antibody interaction will take place when the antigen enter inside the body, then it will lead to the production of antibody. So by detecting the specific antigen or by detecting the specific antibody, we can identify the disease associated with this. Now next is transgenic animal. As the name suggests, the animals that have their DNA manipulated are known as transgenic animal. So why transgenic animals are produced, or what are the advantage of transgenic animals? First, we can study the different disease. Many transgenic animals are designed to increase our understanding of how genes contribute to the development of disease, so that investigation of new treatment for the disease is made possible. We can easily study the physiology or functioning of genes with the transgenic animal. Normal physiology and development will take place. Transgenic animal can be specifically designed to allow the study of how genes are regulated and how they affect the normal function of the body and its development. Biological product. Transgenic animals that produce useful biological product can be created by introduction of portion of DNA. In normal physiology and development, transgenic animal can be specifically designed to allow the study of how the genes are regulated and how they affect the normal functioning. Means how the genes express themselves, we can study with the help of transgenic animal. By introducing that gene into the animal, we can identify the development and physiological function. Next is biological product. Transgenic animals that produce useful biological product can be created by the introduction of DNA. DNA express themselves. DNA will lead to the formation of RNA, and RNA will express themselves to form a protein. So different biological products can be produced by transgenic animal. We can identify the particular gene for the synthesis of a particular protein. For example, human protein alpha 1 antitrypsin is used to treat the emphysema. The first transgenic cow was Rosie. in which human protein enriched milk was produced. You can see this here. Next, vaccine safety. Vaccine safety can be understood by the transgenic mice, means in which the foreign genes are introduced inside this mice for developing that safety of that particular vaccine before they are used on human body. Polio vaccine is generally first test on this transgenic mice, then it is safe, it will be commercially used. Chemical safety testing. Transgenic animals are made to carry the genes which make them more sensitive to toxic substances, so they are then exposed to the toxic substance and study the effect of that particular chemical on the body of animal. So reason for the production of transgenic animals are for normal physiology and development, study of disease, biological product, vaccine safety testing, chemical safety testing. Now, what are ethical issues? These are the certain issues that are mainly governed by the specific communities regarding the change in the DNA sequences. Some government organizations or some non-government organizations and some peoples are against the change in the gene sequence of any plant or any animal because it disturbs the genetic makeup of that particular animal. So Indian government has set up an organization known as GEAC, which means Genetically Engineering Approval Committee. It will make decision regarding the validity of GM research, means if the genetic modified research is valid or not, and the safety of this genetically modified organism for the public services also take into the consideration, under the consideration. So we can see this is the logo in which BT Brinjal is protest is going against the BT Brinjal because it damaged the natural brinjal gene or natural brinjal variety. So next is biopatents. Patents are the rights granted by the government to the inventor to prevent other from making commercial use of his invention. Means if a company or if an individual got the patent, then it has right for production of that particular substance or that particular body. Now patents are granted for biological research also, they are known as biopatent. Now biopiracy. Biopiracy is the term used for using of bioresources by a multinational company without the proper authorization, or we can say by not getting the proper permission from the inventor. In 1997, an American company got patent rights on basmati rice through the US Patent and Trademark Office. This allowed the company to sell a new variety of basmati in US and abroad, and the new variety of basmati has actually been derived from Indian farmer variety. So this is the example of best example of biopiracy. Certain attempts are also being made against the use of turmeric and neem for getting the patent as a medicinal value, but these patents are rejected as the Indian organizations start taking action against that particular patent. So these are the different example of biopiracy and biopatent issues. Thank you.